Okay, the car is glitching out hard right now, and it is not happy. System fault on the airbag, system fault, visit workshop, spoiler fault. Will our luck with cheap budget Boxsters from salvage auction continue? That is the question that's gonna be answered in today's video, because as you can see from the title and thumbnail, we just bought another one. Now, all these Porsche Boxsters share a few things in common. Number one, they are all very, very cheap, far under book retail value. Number two, they all have not run. They're listed as non-run and drives at the auction, which usually is very sketchy. Like, what if they have blown up engines or serious transmission problems? All that is unknown. Also unknown is the mileage. None of these cars light up, meaning the screens don't show the mileage. So they could have 300,000 miles or they can have 30,000 miles. You never know. So the question is, can we go 4 for 4 on our latest Boxster, which is right in front of me? Introducing our Porsche 987 2005 Boxster S. So here it is. It's a little dirty. It came all the way from Ohio, but it's got this really cool metallic dark blue paint, which is nice. It's got the, I think, gray interior. Sorry, it's a little dark. That's because it's almost midnight. We're working late. Honestly, we were gonna film this video like next week, but the suspense was killing me. I had to see if this thing would run and drive and if it would be a huge home run, because get this, we paid, did we say what we paid? No, we'll save that for next video. So we decided to bust out the camera and get the tools ready in order to get to the battery and get this thing hopefully started for the first time. So Christian, can you explain again why Porsche designed the worst battery situation on this car?
Well, they did try to design around it, or having a fail-safe backup method, which on the fuse panel, there's a little tab you pull out, give it a little bit of power, and it should power the hood release. But 9 times out of 10, in our experience, it doesn't. It does not accomplish its one job.
So if you guys have been living under a rock and haven't watched our past videos, you might not know that the battery is under the front trunk. Okay, no problem. Weight distribution, they put it up front. That's where they got the space. Problem is, it's an electronic release to get to the front trunk. And guess what? When the battery dies, how's your electronic release supposed to work? Ding, ding, ding. Now you're catching along on why this is one of the dumbest designs. So here's the little fuse box thing that Christian was talking about. Let's get some light in here. So check this out. See that little red one sticking out right there? Yeah, that one is supposed to be the emergency release for the front trunk, but for whatever reason, a lot of them do not end up working. So what's supposed to be the fail-safe, like Christian said, ultimately doesn't work. So the auctions at that point, they just kind of give up and they list the car as unknown mileage, unknown start status, and they go for dirt cheap because of that. You guys remember the red Porsche Boxster right here? This car was $2,300, something like that, and has these really rare wheels, all that fun stuff. Check out the series if you didn't see it already. But once again, this car, we got to the emergency release cable, we opened it, we got to the front trunk, we jump started it, and what do you know? The engine came firing to life. So that's what we're gonna try to do on this one.
These wheels are nice. Yeah,
they cleaned up really, really well. For 118,000 miles or whatever, they look brand new. So we're probably gonna sell the wheels and cover the whole cost of the car. But as for this car, it's a little bit different. I got lucky on this one because on the early Boxsters, the pull release was actually accessible without removing the wheel or fender liner. But this one, I'm pretty sure it's like our 2001 yellow Boxster where you have to rip all that apart, right?
I don't see it.
Definitely not here.
It's none of these three. No. But I'm thinking it's right along the frame rail, right in front.
You don't see it?
Yeah, actually, let's just take this wheel off because
okay.
I already thought I was gonna have to. Oh man, this hasn't been off in a while.
Oh, yeah. So this car, I tried to do some Sherlock Holmes on it to figure out what the. Oh, geez. Better not have been like some flood car and it got like rusted on there. So I'll explain, guys, in a second here. But while I was doing my Sherlock Holmes investigate, yeah, all right, it's off. Ow, dang it. Ah, I just hit my, right here. I've hit my head so many times, ouch. So we got a little backstory on this car. You gotta watch this whole video. Don't go skipping ahead, waiting to see if it'll start, none of that. You listen up because I'm teaching you. We're literally exposing our secrets. Sorry, it's so hot, I'm literally sweating. It's 110 and whoa. We are literally sharing our secret sauce on how we like get these cheap Boxsters at auction. If you think we're lying and setting this all up, nope. NS means no start and NM means no mileage. Clearly, they were not able to get to the battery to jumpstart this car or to light it up to check out the mileage. This is the exact kind of car that I like. It was a donated vehicle, so the previous owner obviously didn't want to mess with it anymore. Maybe he never drove the thing. Maybe he upgraded to a new Boxster. I don't know what it is.
Or there's something actually wrong with the car that exceeds its value
Oh yeah. Yeah, probably half the time it's because the car is kind of like a piece of crap or has some issues wrong with it and they just want to get rid of the thing. So it's one or the other. Either it's a super rich guy who has a good heart and just gave away his Porsche to charity, or it has a blown engine and getting the tax write-off was better than selling it for parts. It's gonna be one of the two. Now you might wonder, why would somebody ever just donate their car? Well, two reasons. A, it's going to a good cause, you're raising money for these charities, but the charity also gives you a tax write-off, so you get a little bit of money in that way, not direct compensation, but you get to lower your taxes at the end of the year. So obviously that's what this guy did. And then when the charity gets the car, they don't auction it themselves. Like, they just send it off to one of the big auctions to list it and get the money out of it and then go toward their cause. So that's what happened in this case. It's probably not a good sign that it was already leaking that much oil when it was just sitting here for 2 days. So yeah, we got it off the truck the other day. We pushed it right in here. We have not touched it since, and it decided to already mark its territory by peeing all over the ground. Not a huge deal because I looked up under it and I think it's coming right from the oil drain plug. So hopefully they just didn't tighten that enough or that washer gave out, but we'll obviously check the oil before we attempt a startup. That's if we can get to the battery, which sometimes takes multiple hours to do. So we'll see if it cooperates today. So like I was saying with the Sherlock Holmes, after step number 1 of identifying this car at auction as a classic non-runner, battery unaccessible car, etc., I went on to the next step, and that was I purchased the Carfax to see if I could dig up any information, see how long it's been sitting, and that led to some very interesting findings. So the car was last updated on the Carfax in 2017, 5 years ago. I was getting some work done, and it had 32,000 miles, which is a good and a bad thing. It's bad that it has been sitting for maybe 5 years, or potentially the guy was doing his own maintenance and he didn't update the Carfax because it was never at a shop or a service center. But likely the fact that nothing else updated leads me to think it's been sitting. And based on how rusty some of the brake components are and how dirty it is, it probably has been sitting for a long time. But I'm cool with that, because if it has still like 30-something thousand miles, that would be a huge win.
I'm pulling the cable and nothing's happening.
Uh-oh, you already got to the cable?
It is right where we thought it would be.
Okay, where?
So yeah, it would be really tough to get this guy.
Oh yeah, it's right there.
So yeah, it would be really tough to get to this little cable. It was actually pointed kind of forward without, you can't quite sneak your arm in there. So remove the lower fender liner. No loop on the end of it, so it's kind of hard to pull.
Classic. Okay, you pulled it with all your hand might, so we're gonna have to get the...
I just didn't want to pull any harder.
No, from experience, I've learned you gotta yank that sucker so hard.
It does pull, like, there's an inch.
And kind of pull out
there's
forward.
2 inches.
Oh shoot, what the heck?
There's 3 inches.
Oh dang. Come on.
And that's where it kind of stops.
No! That's totally it. Okay, you need to go get needle nose pliers and yank harder, I think. Let's do that. Actually, for the price, even if the motor's blown, we still might be okay on it. Like, we got this thing for 6 or 7 grand under our max bid. Not bad for a 987, not a 986. 986s are pretty cheap and common like this one, but yes!
Aha.
It popped!
Man, you cannot do that without a pair of ice grips.
I told you, yeah, on the 911, I had to get one of those and yank it so hard. Okay, wait, before you open it. So, get this. This car, look it up on Bring a Trailer. Depending on the mileage, if it has under 40,000 miles, this car's worth between $25,000 and $30,000. So if this starts up, this would be probably our biggest percent profit home run ever on a car. All right, let's see.
This is already off of it.
Oh,
Not the best sign.
That's not a good sign, because that's supposed to be covering the battery. What year is this from, does it say? April of 2017 this battery's from.
That's a good sign.
Yep, that is a good sign.
Like
5-year-old battery. Oh, okay, it's lighting up. Okay, here we go, we're gonna see the mileage. Place your bet right now, Christian. 2017, 32,000 miles on the Carfax. How many does it have now?
I'm thinking this guy never drove the car, 40,000 miles on it.
All right, so you're saying 40 or below. You know what, I just noticed PCA, that's a good sign. They usually take good care of their cars.
Nice.
But PCA enthusiast would mean that he would drive it more. Why would he just park it? Okay, the car is glitching out hard right now. It's like flashing and stuff. I think this battery is just really bad. Why are there reverse lights on? Oh, because it's in reverse? Oh yeah, let's get this open before it breaks as well. Oh no, it's not popping.
Definitely not in reverse.
We're not in reverse? Why are the reverse lights on? Oh no, the last thing I need is some like flooded electrical problem car. Oh no, okay. And there we go, there's the mileage. Dun da da da! 40,072.
On the nose!
All right, Christian wins. He said 40,000. 40,000 mile Boxster S. clean title, 3 owners, that's worth some good money. We might just swap on a different battery. Okay, so I just put the key to 2 and it is not happy. System fault on the airbag, system fault, visit workshop, spoiler fault. Look at all the warning lights, like Christmas tree. The trunk is still not opening. This is not a good sign. Oh boy, at least the lights went out. Okay, here's the secret mission to steal a battery out of another car. Yes, it's a Porsche battery. Hopefully this helps because this car was glitching out. Even with all the power going to it, it was freaking out. The gauges were flashing and everything. So, okay, let's turn this off.
That's 48.
Ooh, no, this one looks bigger. About the same. Oh, I hope this works. I'm getting a little nervous. One old battery out. Ooh, yeah, it's like rusting up and crap. Ooh, yeah, that's been sitting in there for a while. Okay, I hope that's why I was glitching out the car. Just a really bad battery. Let's get this new one here and give it a try. Okay, moment of truth. Here we go. Should we? Okay, we're on?
No.
Okay, come on, please. Don't be like flashing and stuff. That red light still. Okay, come on, rear trunk, please work, please work, please work, please work. No! That's not good. Is there emergency release for the trunk? Why is this sitting up? That's probably not good. What the heck is going on? Uh-oh. This is not exactly going to my plan. Okay, 30 minutes later, Christian and I found one lonely lost fuse on the ground, and we discovered that there was one missing on the fuse box, and we thought, okay, surely that's gonna be the rear trunk fuse. So we plugged it in. It was this one right here, oddly enough, in row C, the 25 amp fuse, but it controls the PSM, so I don't know why that was taken out. The fuse worked, it wasn't broken, and we tested it to be sure, but I mean, that's completely unrelated. It's PSM, we don't need that. So anyway, I have a crazy idea to get to the rear trunk. I learned this on the red Boxster. It wouldn't allow us to open the rear trunk until we cycled the key, locked and unlocked the vehicle. And now you might just say, okay, we'll do that from the key fob. Problem is, the key's dead. I think the battery after 5 years is toast. So we're gonna cut this off and we're gonna cycle the locks on the doors. Oh, and by the way, these tires are ancient. They're from 2009, I think. They're completely dry rotted, all nasty looking. So another sign that this car hasn't been on the road in a long time. Oh, come on, baby. Come on. No, dang it. Okay guys, we're really perplexed now. I'm testing a lot of random things on the car. The front lights work perfectly fine when you turn them off, but look, the rear, nothing is working. Initially when we gave it some juice, they lit up in the reverse lights and everything, and now they completely are unresponsive. What the heck is going on? And also, this center screen won't work. It won't show anything. The radio works, but that doesn't. Also the spoiler does not work either. So the whole like rear half of this car is not working, and I don't like this. Fog lights work up front, not in the back. Okay, what if I put it in reverse? No?
Nope.
No reverse lights?
Nope.
So what the heck is going on now? You fry them? Oh, lordy. Okay, we're gonna try to get to the emergency latch, and the reason we're not starting it now is because I really want to check the oil level. I'd hate to start this thing up with no oil and blow up the engine if it is gonna start. So apparently there's a similar emergency release cable to get to the rear bonnet, but we've never tried to get to this one before, so see if we can find it. So you gotta remove the wheel, fender liner, and that should be right there. Okay guys, quick update. I went over to the good old forums, and this guy has a very similar issue with a 2005 Boxster. He says his rear trunk won't open, his spoiler won't activate, and he's having a lot of weird funky issues. Everybody's saying like, yo, it's probably your battery if it drops below certain voltages. But check this out, a week later he said, update, fuse 3 was blown. It controls the rear control unit TRM30, rear spoiler, rear lid release, and two-tone horns. So we're gonna check if our fuse 3 is blown. All right, here we go. Fuse 3, we really hope this is blown because that would explain our issues. Come on, don't have a fuse puller. Yes, okay. Here we go, moment of truth. No way, guys, it's blown. See there in the middle how it doesn't connect? And it has a gap between those two tiny little pieces of metal? It's blown. This is such a good sign. Christian, give me a 15 amp fuse on the double. Let's see if we can fix this thing. No way, guys. Now, not that this has anything to do with the car starting, but all these weird little issues about this not unlocking and this stuff freaking out and all the body control mechanisms and the key not working, like maybe this has all to do with this fuse. No way are we gonna get this lucky. All right, if this works, and then we can pop the rear trunk, make sure it has oil in it, and then go for a first startup, perseverance is paying off. 110 degree, okay, maybe it's like 100 now at the sunset, but so hot. Okay, new one going in. Thank you. I think it's something like that. All right, should we try it? No.
Why? 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 Why?
Did I not put it in right? Okay guys, right when I pulled it out, it stopped clicking and the fuse is super hot. Not blown yet, but this doesn't make sense. What the heck? So obviously something's causing them to blow. Well guys, the plot thickens. We have to figure out what's causing the fuses to blow in that slot. And check this out, on the same form, this guy says, original poster, if your rear control unit gets wet, you might see a weird activity from the items it controls and or blown fuses. Since you just bought the car, verify it's dry and well. These modules are in a terrible location and they get wet, especially if the top is left down and water gets down into them. Check this out, they're below the seat, below the carpet on the passenger side. So if that little module right there gets wet or compromised or just fails, then it makes all this stuff freak out on the car. So I'm pretty sure our module's bad, hence why it keeps blowing the fuses and all this stuff isn't working. But regardless, sure, we're gonna need that fixed to make this car, you know, sorted, but I don't think that would prevent it from starting. So in just a second, if we can get the rear hatch open, we're gonna make sure it has oil in it and we're gonna fire the sucker up. Okay, my vlog camera is charging. The battery is about to die, so I'm on my iPhone, but Christian's just getting this fender liner off to get to the emergency release.
The internet said it was right here somewhere.
You don't feel it?
Nope.
Stupid thing, why'd they design it like this? By the way, this is not supposed to say Porsche S, it's supposed to say Boxster S, but this dude put that on. Okay, round two.
Ah,
got it?
found it. And this one has a loop at the end of it, so maybe I can pull it with my finger.
Come on. Now we know where the front emergency release is and the rear one. If you have a Porsche 987, here you go. I hope this video helps. Bam, he got it. Okay, okay. Oh, yeah, it just opens right up. What's the, hey, at least we got the floor mats. What is that? What the heck? That looks like a Honda Pilot headlight.
How'd that get in there?
Is this an Apple pencil? Designed by Apple. Oh, it's empty. Dang, that would have been nice.
But Coke.
Oh, check the expiration dates. That'll show the last time he was driving it. Yes, October 7th, 2019. That's a good sign. It means the car's been sitting for nearly 3 years.
Well, I mean, good signs and bad signs. You don't really want a car that's half forever, but that explains why he didn't drive it, battery goes dead, and hopefully there's nothing wrong with it. If he blew the engine back in 2019, he would have done something with it by then. He would have donated it back then, or...
I bet you that rear control module is what gave out, and he realized he didn't have brake lights, he didn't have a spoiler, he had warning lights all over the dash. That's probably why he stopped driving it. Oh, I'm going all Sherlock Holmes on this thing. So that went out, the module got wet or something like that, it failed, threw up all these warning lights, and it prevented him from driving it because obviously it's not legal to drive around with no brake lights because those are controlled by that module, but shouldn't prevent it from starting. So let's take a look. Oh, that's great. We have the floor mats. I was looking for those. These are going right back in. What is all this? Ohio residential lease agreement? That's so random. Are you kidding me? It doesn't even have a dipstick. We did all this work just to realize it doesn't have a dipstick. All right, well, we can check the coolant stuff. Okay, I mean, this, just kind of look down into it. Full? Okay, yeah, I can see it on the camera. It's not full, though. All right, filling her up. Oh, I think I see it. Yeah, I see it. Okay, keep going, keep going, keep going. Let's put it in the middle, right? There's the middle. Okay, that's good. Oh, yeah, it's that thing. Look down into it.
That's it, pretty clean.
Yeah, looks good. Actually, let's see if it says the level on the dash. How do we get to oil level? There we go. Oh, dang it. Yeah, I don't care about the other warnings. How do we clear these dumb warnings? PSM failure. I'm trying to get back to the oil level. Oh, here we go. System fault. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Measuring oil. 7 minutes to go. Oh no, we gotta wait 7 minutes for it to come up with a reading.
And we got to jack
Oh, we gotta have it level. All right, wheel back on, lowering the car so we get an accurate reading, and then if it says it's good, we are gonna try to light this sucker off. And then we'll figure out the whole control module stuff. We'll probably just have to get a new one of those and hope that fixes that. Blue and red, super fun. 986 versus 987. 987, they made a ton of improvements. I'm super excited to get driving this car. Everybody who drives one of these says that they love it. A bunch more power, much better interior, nicer fit and finish, bigger brakes. I mean, just everything is better about this car. Okay, front wheel back on, and now the moment of truth, it should be done. Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It says it's full, or well, nearly full. That's odd given that it's leaking a little bit, but I guess not enough to make a difference. So we're gonna try to fire it up. Okay guys, we're back on the vlog camera, about to go for a first start. I had the idea of unplugging the fuel pump fuses so that the fuel pump would not run, not allowing it to fire, but still giving it time to turn over and hopefully get some oil into the upper parts of the engine. It should not start up. Yeah, hopefully it turns over. That would be nice. Okay, what, 5-10 seconds, I guess. Oh, please turn over. All right, Will the Budget Boxster. Series 4, start. Here we go. Oh, shoot. That's not good.
Now I'm panicking.
Oh, jeez. Didn't start. Oh. Wait, why is it running? Oh my God! Okay, it ran for a second. That's so weird. Why didn't it start the first time? Well, let's crank it for a little bit longer. That's so weird. I guess you have to like cycle it off. Do it again. Oh, that's a good sign. It's probably long enough, right? Let's put the fuel pump fuses back in. Which order did they go? 25, then 15? Okay, fuel pump fuses are back in. Let's see if she'll fire up and run this time. First start with the cheap 987 Boxster S in 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh, she's running, she's running. Okay, you can hear a little bit of those lifters. They're just getting some oil up into them. Yeah. This was just like that car. That car for like 2 minutes, you could hear a little tapping noise, but it's just the lifters that haven't had oil in them in ages. See guys, if you can hear. Just got a little bit of a... I think that'll go away. I think that'll go away once the oil is warmed up. Okay, not bad. Let's see if the AC works after 3 years of sitting. It's not cold yet, so. But man, if all we have to replace is a module, and then it'll fix all this random junk, then we'll be off to the races. The AC's getting cold. Cool, we'll need that in Arizona. It's got heated seats, not bad. Guys, I think this is looking like another huge win. Honestly, I was super concerned. When we hooked up the battery and all the lights started going up like a Christmas tree, and I tried to start it that first time and it didn't start for a second, I literally was like, oh, we bought a piece of crap. But no, it's running. Like here I am, this is wild. Okay, very small rev. So you guys can kind of hear that. I don't like the tapping. Oh, but I do like the way it sounds. All right, staying nice and cool at the 50-yard line. I'm sure after we add a little sea foam, that'll help with the slight tapping of the lifter noise that we're hearing, but overall, I don't know, it could go away if we actually drive it a little bit. Okay, wow, there she is, guys. Let's go, that's what I'm talking about. 40,000 miles, knock on wood, but I don't think the IMS bearing is a problem. Obviously, I think it wouldn't run if the IMS bearing was having an issue. So, I mean, I feel like people kind of blow the IMS bearing out of proportion. I feel like it doesn't affect that many cars in the grand scheme of things. I'm not sure if this has the, I can't keep it all straight. The early cars, this one has a dual row bearing, and then they went to a single row, and then they went to a bigger single row in like 2006, but this one being at 2005, I think it's still the single row, which isn't the most reliable. So it could go at any time, but really I think with this low mileage and the fact that it's still running now, I think we're good. They basically just say to replace it whenever you do a clutch job. Replace it with the modern iteration of it by some company released a better bearing. So we'll leave this charging overnight. Next video, we'll get some oil additives and make a nice little slurry concoction in there. And then hopefully, or we'll do an oil change. I don't know, this oil is probably like 4 or 5 years old maybe. So that would probably help. Doing an oil change, that would probably be a good idea. Okay, I think she's home free. Come on, baby. Yes.
Corroded.
Oh, yep, corroded on the top. Okay, how about this side? Yep, all sorts of corrosion in there. I hope this is our problem. This is actually a good sign seeing this because that's fixable. We're either gonna clean it or replace it. Let's take a look. No way it opens up. Oh geez, are we gonna find more corrosion?
This is probably the problem. Why aren't these things sealed?
Yeah, I mean, this is probably what made it go parking. Oh my gosh, destroyed.
That's pretty bad.
All right, well, that's unfixable. All right, that's totally probably what, you know, made this car have all the issue years ago, and that's why he parked it, and now that's why he donated it and how we got it for auction so cheap.
Love it when things make sense.
Yes, all right, well, we can fix that. I'm super hyped for this. Sure, the 986s are cool and all, but the 987, this is where it's at. I love this generation. You guys gotta remember, I'm born in 99, so when this car came out, I was 6 years old. When we went to the Porsche dealerships, remember, Christian, remember the orange one we saw? That was the 987. The 2008 anniversary car, the orange one. Remember that thing ripping on Route 7? That will be forever ingrained in my mind. Just like the LP640 accelerating down Leesburg Pike was forever ingrained in my mind. There was an orange, whatever that special anniversary car is, sounded so good, and it's just ingrained in my mind. I remember seeing that and it pulling back into the dealership after the dude was done taking it for a test drive, and I'm just like, dang, like one day I want one of those. And now we finally have it. It needs a good deep cleaning, fresh set of tires, fresh fluids. Stay tuned for a future video. If you want an exact breakdown, total cost at the end of this when we're done replacing the module, going through all the fluids, a total breakdown, let us know. We can make that video. So leave a big like on this video, please guys. It helps with the algorithm. The fact that we saved a 4th Porsche Boxster now from most likely the scrap yard. So this car could have easily been sent to dismantlers, but we bought it, we got it going again. So that's another Porsche saved, back on the road. So leave a big like for that in exchange, guys. This is a fair deal, right? Free content for you. Leaving a big like and subscribing is all you gotta do. And you're gonna wanna subscribe so you don't miss part 2, part 3. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to bed. It's like 2 a.m. Signing off. See you guys later.